If you or someone you care about is struggling with alcohol misuse, you might be wondering, what does treatment actually involve? Is it all or nothing? And what are my treatment options? I'm Dr. O'Donovan, a medical doctor with over 10 years of clinical experience. And in this video, I'll guide you through the different treatment options available for alcohol misuse, from brief support to longer term plans. Now, whether you're trying to cut down or even stop completely, there are many ways to get help, and you don't have to do it alone. So step one is recognizing the problem. You don't have to wait for a crisis to seek help. If you've been drinking more than planned, or if alcohol is starting to affect your health, relationships, or work, then it's probably a good time to check in with your GP, family doctor, or specialist alcohol service. Now, even a single event like a fall, an argument, or a health scare can be the right moment to start making changes. Now, for some people, a brief intervention is all that's needed. Now, this is a short, focused, but powerful conversation, usually 5 to 10 minutes long, with a doctor, nurse, or counselor. Now, during a brief intervention, you'll talk about how much you're drinking, the risks involved, simple ways to cut back, as well as local support services that are available. Now, you might be encouraged to keep a drinking diary, noting how much you drink, when, as well as why. Now, this can be a powerful way to spot patterns and triggers, and I've included more information and other support tools in the description box of this video around drinking diaries. Now, if you're drinking more than 14 units a week, or if alcohol is starting to affect your health or daily life, then you might be encouraged to either cut down or stop completely. Now, for context, a standard glass of wine, which is 175 ml at 12% volume, contains approximately 2.1 units, whilst a pint of lager contains around 2.3 units. Now, moderation means reducing the amount you drink, whereas abstinence means stopping altogether. Now, choosing which path to take does depend on several factors. So, for example, abstinence is strongly advised if you've developed liver disease, you're pregnant or trying for a baby, you've previously tried moderation and relapsed, you're taking medications that interact with alcohol, or you've got certain heart or mental health conditions. But in many cases, moderation can be a realistic first step, and you'll have regular check-ins, sometimes with blood tests, to monitor your progress and adjust your treatment. Now, on the other hand, if you are dependent on alcohol, meaning that you need it to function or you feel unwell without it, then medical detox may be needed to manage withdrawal safely. Now, symptoms of alcohol withdrawal can include a variety of things, but they can include tremors, sweating, anxiety or agitation, difficulty sleeping, nausea, which is feeling sick or even vomiting, and in severe cases, seizures. Now, these symptoms usually peak in the first 48 hours and then gradually ease over 3 to 7 days. Now, depending on your level of dependency, mild cases may be managed at home without medication, but moderate cases may be managed at home with medication like chlordiazepoxide, which is a sedative, but severe cases may need hospital stay for round-the-clock care. Now, during detox, you're going to be supported with regular check-ins with a nurse or healthcare worker. You're also going to get advice on hydration, sleep, and nutrition, as well as guidance on what to expect as your body adjusts. Now, it's really important to note to never stop drinking suddenly if you are dependent on alcohol. It's really important to speak to a doctor first, because this needs to be planned and managed appropriately. So what happens after detox? Well, detox is just the beginning. On its own, it's not enough to treat alcohol dependence because it doesn't tackle the reasons why you drink or help you to stay off alcohol long term. And that's where ongoing treatment comes in, including medication, therapy, as well as peer support. So let's talk briefly about each of these in turn, starting with medication options. There are several medicines that can support your recovery. Now, these are recommended by the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence here in the UK, also known as NICE, and they can include acamprosate, which is used after detox to reduce cravings and help prevent relapse. Now, it works by balancing the brain chemicals linked to addiction. It's usually taken for up to 6 months. Disulfiram is a medication that causes an unpleasant reaction like nausea and flushing if you drink alcohol, and it therefore acts as a deterrent for people committed to abstinence but worried about slipping up. Now, you'll need to avoid any hidden sources of alcohol, including some mouthwashes and aftershaves, and even paint thinners if you take this medication. The next option is naltrexone. Now this blocks the pleasurable effects of alcohol and reduces cravings. It's often used with therapy, but it also blocks opioid-based painkillers. So do let your doctor know if you're taking anything like morphine or codeine. And nalmefene is similar to naltrexone, but usually offered if you haven't yet stopped drinking and you're trying to cut down. And this medication works by reducing the urge to drink and can help to prevent relapse. But again, talk to your doctor about all the different options that are available to you. Now, these medications are often part of a broader plan and should always be combined with support and regular check-ins. Now, aside from medications, it's also worth knowing about talking therapies, a really important and vital part of recovery. Now, therapy is one option. Whether you choose to reduce or stop drinking, it is a really valuable option. Now, some of the options include cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which helps you to understand and change the thoughts that drive your drinking. So for example, I need alcohol to relax, my friends won't like the sober version of me, or even the thing like one drink won't hurt. Now, together with your therapist, you'll learn to challenge these beliefs and build healthier coping strategies. Now, CBT also helps to identify triggers such as stress, certain social situations, or certain places, and teaches you practical ways to deal with them. Now, another is something called 12-step facilitation, which is actually based on the approach used in Alcoholics Anonymous, but delivered one-to-one with a counsellor. Now, it includes guided reflection, acceptance, and making amends. Now, if you're not ready for group work or you prefer private conversations, this might be a good option for you. Now, family therapy can also be helpful because alcohol misuse doesn't just affect one person, it impacts families too. Now, family therapy does give relatives space to learn, talk openly, as well as support each other. It can also be helpful for children or partners who've been affected by a loved one's drinking. Now, many people also find strength in speaking to others who faced the same challenges through support groups. Now, some options for this include Alcoholics Anonymous, which is quite a well-known one, also known as AA, which is a peer-led, group-based model on a 12-step recovery pattern. The other is Smart Recovery, a science-based approach focused on motivation and behavior change, or Al-Anon, which is a support group for friends and family of people with alcohol problems, and I've linked all of these in the description box of the video. Finally, if you're working towards moderation, keeping a drinking diary can be incredibly useful. Now, for a drinking diary, you just need to record what you drank, how much you drank, where you were, and how you felt at the time. Now, this helps you to identify patterns, triggers, as well as progress. And it can be shared with your care team to guide treatment. So in summary, alcohol misuse is common, but it's very treatable. Whether you want to cut back or stop completely, there is a plan that can work for you. Treatment can include short-term counselling, detox, medication, therapy, peer support, as well as family involvement. And typically, it usually involves a combination of one or two of these at the same time. Now, recovery is possible, and you don't have to do it alone. If you do want to learn more, I recommend Alcohol Change UK, which gives practical advice and tools to reduce or stop drinking. And if you're in the UK, NHS Alcohol Support Services to find free, confidential help near you. And I've added links to both of these resources in the description box of this video, plus resources if you're based in the US. If you did find this video helpful, or you want to share your story to help inspire others if you've been through this, please do leave a comment below. And why not check out this video next?